It has been 18 years since we've last seen the infamous pressure cooker competition, and this one did not disappoint. We are now in week 4 with a brand new HOH who just might turn this whole game upside down. There's a lot to get into today, y'all, but before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button below just so you can stay tuned, as I will be doing Big Brother recaps all season long. Now, let's begin. So, like we saw in the last episode, Hisam was just evicted in a unanimous vote. Now, like we saw, as he was leaving, he did try really hard to campaign to keep himself safe. But what they didn't show was, during his campaigning, he kind of threw his old alliance under the bus a lot of it.
He kept us up till almost 5 a.m. We were out there and he was talking to us for maybe 2 hours or more, I don't know. And he was throwing everybody under the bus, telling us everything. Like, he mentioned the professors.
And I think it was this that really put the nail in the coffin for his game.
What?
What are you telling everyone? Why are you doing that?
Telling everyone
Why
what?
are you lying to everyone about us?
I wasn't lying about
Screw you, I felt bad last night. I felt bad.
I wasn't lying about anything.
Nope.
You want to talk?
Nope.
Throughout the week, there were multiple conversations about flipping the vote and keeping Hisam instead, but of course they didn't go through with it, which I think was the right move to make, even though it was also the boring one. At this point, the best choice would be to move forward and set yourself up so that the choice you made works for you. I do also think it's important to note that Hisam likely would have stayed if it weren't for Cory.
Are you guys that worried about Hisam staying? I am so much more worried about Hisam staying than Cameron staying because of what it would cause for everyone else.
But we don't need them. After next week, it's going to be shown anyway. Our hand is going to be shown after next week, so it doesn't really matter.
How would it be shown?
Because no matter
if we show it,
ever going on.
Well, yeah, but it'll be shown to them, but it won't be shown to Jack or Matt.
That's how I feel.
Cory is the youngest person in that house, yet he has more logic, critical thinking skills, and self-awareness than most of their grown asses. He's been upping his position in the house a lot this past week, so let's see if that trajectory continues. Meanwhile, the house was in complete disarray as they prepared to play the game post-Hisam. The layers of alliances in the game right now are so complicated, it's almost impossible to report on. Yet here I try. There are basically 3 large alliances at work right now, and Cirie, Izzy, and Felicia are in literally every single one. The first major alliance we have is called the 7 Deadly Sins. This alliance consists of Cirie, Izzy, Felicia, Jared, Matt, Jag, and Blue. Now, if this odd alliance of randos looks weird to you, that's because it is. This alliance was originally created to target the floaters in the game, but eventually the targets just became Red and Cameron.
And so no matter which side ends up on the block, we got to figure out who our next target is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the next physical threats would be like Red and Cameron. Yeah, Red and Cameron.
The other big alliance in the game is called Legend 25, which the name alone should let you know that this alliance is fake as hell and was not meant to be taken too seriously. It consists of Cirie, Izzy, Felicia, of course, and also Matt, Mimi, Bowie, Red, and Cameron.
Maybe Matt.
Legend 25.
Oh, yeah.
Come on now.
Let's go.
Let's go. Do Legend 25.
I love Legend 25. Yes.
I know. That was mine.
Now, this alliance was made at the request of Red and Cameron, pretty much because they were desperate for allies, so they just made this alliance to appease them. And this group's main targets are really Jag and Blue. The last big alliance we have is literally called For Real, because out of all of these BS alliances that are going on right now, this is the one that is for real. This alliance consists of Cirie, Izzy, Felicia, you know the vibes, and also Mimi, Jared, Cory, and America. They mainly plan to target Red and Cameron.
It's for real.
That is our name, for real.
I like that.
We should be for real.
Because you know what we are? We for
real.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you.
So overall, there is this web of alliances that features literally every single house guest, and Cirie, Izzy, and Felicia are in the very center of it all. It's complicated, but also digestible. I mean, Izzy is able to put it very, very simply.
Listen, the 8 is not even something we have to play. We're dealing with a 7. We're dealing with 2 7s.
Yeah.
We have the fake 7 with the Jag Blue mad mess.
Yeah.
And we have the real 7 for real.
Yeah.
That's all we're navigating. And within the fake 7 is 4 of us.
Right. Who's the 4 of us?
Jared.
Oh, that's right.
So like we have the majority within that 3, so it also shouldn't be a problem.
Right.
So that is pretty much where the game stood before the eviction happened. But of course, with the new week comes a new HOH. So now it is time for the house guests to all go off and compete in the infamous pressure cooker competition. This time, the comp went on for almost 14 hours, making it the second longest competition in Big Brother history. Only second to the original pressure cooker, mind you. Cirie and Jared were the first to drop, only after about 2 hours, and Izzy dropped a couple hours after that. Everyone else made it over 8 hours in the comp, but in the end, it all came down to Cameron and America. Now, at this point, there are 13 plus hours in, so negotiations are happening, safety deals are being made, and it is during this time that America decides that she is ready to resign.
Yeah, but no, she folded. She folded immediately. When I was like, you're good. She was like, who do you want? I was like, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm gonna do. She was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And that's when I told her, I was like, you don't want this HOH. I said, you're gonna get your hands very dirty. I said, you're playing a really good game right in the middle. I said, if you win this HOH, you're gonna have to get really dirty. I said, you don't want that yet.
Yep, as karma would have it, Cameron is our new HOH. Now, I'm not the biggest Cameron fan personally, but I do love me a good power shift, so this week should be interesting. Now, the straightforward plan for Cameron would be to nominate Jag and Blue. He has been talking about targeting them all week, and everybody knows it.
And I was like, can you give me an idea? Like, don't BS me. And he's like, oh, well, like, I think it's very apparent that I have to go, like, I'm heading towards the direction of butting up 2 of Reilly's closest friends. So, from what it sounds like, it's Jag or Blue. I think so.
That's the straightforward plan, but we all know that this house is anything but straightforward. You see, when he was on the block the past couple weeks, Cameron was never quite as safe as he thought he was. There have been multiple occasions where Cirie, Felicia, and Izzy had considered sending him home instead of Hisam. Hell, even when he was on the block against Reilly, they considered sending him out instead. If Cameron catches wind of this, his targets could easily change. Jared is also on Cameron's radar because he's been playing the house and working all sides, and he's also really close to Blue. So it's not really looking good for Jared either, and a lot of people are starting to speculate that he could be a really good backdoor option for Cameron. Cameron has been naming Jag and Blue as his main targets so far, so we'll see if he ends up following through with this. Of course, I want to know, what do you all think of Cameron as our new HOH? And what did you think of the pressure cooker? Did you pull an all-nighter and end up watching the whole thing, or did you pass out like I did? Let me know in the comments below. And once again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below if you have not already, so you can stay updated as we continue to work through this wonderful season. I will be back to update you guys if anything else big changes, but until next time, bye.